Yo, MDP, that's me, and welcome to another Reading Comments. All of these are going to be straight from my Tumblr inbox, and they're all going to be anonymous also. The very first one is, are you a fan of Lord of the Rings? Duh. You are also amazing. Whenever I feel down, I always check your blog to make me feel better. I really appreciate you, your aunt, and both of your amazing works and talent. Your stories have helped me through a lot. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, big fan of Lord of the Rings. I mean, I was still in high school when that came out originally. I never read the books. I know a lot of people are going to be like, you're not a true fan, you didn't read the books. But some things, I mean, I wasn't into reading. I didn't get into reading until after I graduated high school and part of college. And then I finally started to like reading. But I very much enjoyed the movies. Who can't, actually? You know, they're one of the best movies ever. The next one is, your pictures make me want everything from Sims 4 to Sims 2. Convert all the Sims 4 to Sims 2. We will have everything from that game to this game. We will. Eventually. I very much enjoy all the Sims 4 stuff myself. Anytime Deco comes out, I'm like, it's mine! It's mine for Sims 2. You are seriously awesome. I get so excited every time I go on your Similar to see what the new thing you have posted. You always answer my questions, and where can I find such too? I really appreciate you. I wish there were more people like you in the world, by the way. Hallelujah for answering questions. I do my best. So sometimes with Where Can I Find, Hollyberry knows it can be a little bit trifling for me, especially when it comes to the makeup Where Can I Find, because my Sims wear a lot of makeup. I mean, a lot of makeup that you can't even tell they're wearing, really, because they're face shaders and stuff. So I'm always like, go to my Pinterest! They're on my Pinterest! But, you know, some people, I guess if you're not actually a member of Pinterest, you can't actually see it, or something comes up. I had a Similar once talk to me about it, saying, oh, you know, it's nice you have a Pinterest, but I can't look at it because I'm not a member of it. So I get that. And I try to answer the questions. You know, some questions I don't answer, like for these reading comments videos, but they're not ones that are needing like a where can I find, or hey, what mod are you using. Those I'm going to answer on Tumblr. The next one says, your game looks so awesome. What Photoshop actions do you use? And I actually do not use any Photoshop actions that have filters or anything. I do have saved actions for saving my cropping, because when I take pictures, I use Gadwin, and so you could see the start bar and the box around the window and stuff. So I have to have those saved so my pictures are the same size every time, you know? So I don't have any filters. Sometimes I might brighten the pictures a little bit, especially in Sims 4, because mine come out so dark, darker than the actual is in the game. But that's okay. I have Photoshop, so I can lighten it to correct it. Sometimes I just like to play with pictures, so I will, you know, add some rendering effects. I'll put some photo filters over them, but that's just me playing with Photoshop. I don't have an actual action saved for that. Sorry. I would share if I did, but it wouldn't be any helpful to you to have my saved cropped. You know how they're cropped and stuff. So now these next two are story ones that says, ugh, I need more Sims 2 busting out. You just got it. I mean, literally, this message came today. You just got one. I'm already starting the next chapter anyways. I outlined it. I have taken a few pictures. I want to see if I can get it out before the new year, but no promises, definitely with holidays coming up. And our next anonymous question is, when is Alternate Universe coming back? You know, we did have our setback in which my neighborhood corrupted. Still don't know what caused that to happen, but that put us a setback, because I actually wanted to restart Alternate Universe at the beginning of January, but that's not going to happen. It's probably going to be more February, because I want to get through a lot of Sims 2 busting out, because I want it to end soon. And, oh no, everybody, don't panic. I say end soon, but that might be months, you know? But I want to end Sims 2 busting out. That way, Alternate Universe Book 3 can come in full swing, and it can be something I can really really focus on. That doesn't mean that I won't post like of Pleasant View and Strange Town and stuff like that. I'm still going to post pictures of all those Sims on Tumblr, but there won't. Sims 2 Busting Out will eventually end, and Alternate Universe Book 3 will launch next year. And then when Sims 2 Busting Out, is done, that means the gang can come out of hiatus and be full-time again. Or part-time. Full-time. Or part-time. If you don't mind me asking, how do you decide when to get rid of certain CC? Is it just when your tastes change, or is it more how your computer runs? My computer runs fine. My taste actually has changed over the years. I go back through old contests from Black Pearl Sims every now and then, when I'm feeling nostalgic and stuff, and I see how much grunge stuff I had. We always talk about, when we were here in the community, when that, the 2007 and 8, we had the ultraviolet hair and the goth stuff, and that's when Garden of Shadows really started and stuff. So, yeah, sometimes it comes in stages of what you like, and as you grow older, your taste and stuff does change, There are things that I will never get rid of in my game. Things that are so old that I shouldn't have in my game, but for some reason I keep them because I have to. Can't get rid of them. They stay forever and ever, and I'm always like, I'll use it. Then I never use it. But still, yeah, there is CC that I'm like, oh, let me try it out, see how it looks, and then I don't like it, so then I get rid of it. I will go and download a giant set of, 65 megabytes worth of stuff and only get the plant out of it. Because I only want the plant. I don't want the bed. I don't want the dresser. I just want the plant. So that's okay. I am a picky downloader. I am severely picky when it comes to objects and deco. When it comes to CAS, I'm a little bit more lenient because my game is majority CAS. I'm going to say probably 85% of my game is CAS. The other 15 is build and deco. Most of my game is Maxis or Maxis Match when it comes to decorations. Of course, I have things that 13 Pumpkin makes, which is more semi-realism. How do I decide? Well, I have to decide when I'm getting rid of CC. I'll have my game up. I'll have a notebook up. I'm going to put all the CC, say all the plants that are in decor. I'm going to put it all on a lot. I'm going to look at every single custom thing I have. Some things I cannot find in my downloads folder. I write down what they're called. And if they have who they're by, also, by the way, people, please put who you are. The description of the object, please put your name in there, username, or whatever name that you use for when you make items. That severely helps people track down one bad CC. Not saying, you don't want your name to be on bad CC, but sometimes bad CC. Also, they want to get rid of something, or if they want to keep something and put it somewhere safe, in their most important part of their downloads folder. That makes it easier to narrow down. Or, when we have Where Can I Finds, it is so hard sometimes finding deco that only says, oh, it's a bag, and that's it. It's let me search for Sims 2 bags. Maybe it'll come up, maybe it won't. So putting your name on it is so important for organization purposes, for Where Can I Find purposes, and sometimes deleting purposes. But back to what I was saying, I put everything on the lot. I write down what I want to keep, what I don't want to keep, and I go through my downloads folder. I find that and I delete it. Sometimes if I cannot find it in my downloads folder, I delete it straight from in the game. I know people say don't do that because that's how you break a game, but sometimes it's the only way to do it. So I don't mind doing it. I don't have any major issues with stuff, but I will let you know the majority of my buy mode is statues and books. Books are my weaknesses. I have so many. So many old ones too, I need to get rid of them because they're so old you can tell that they're not actually rendered properly. But I keep them because books are my weaknesses. 13 Pumpkin made books recently, and I'm like, oh! My weakness. And then statues are my second weakness because I have a million statues. A million. The next one says, do you play Sims 4 Max's Match? Yes, and more for that is in the last reading comments video. I don't feel to explain it again since I've had it in the last video with 13 Pumpkins. So go check that out if you want more explanation about The Sims 4 Max's Match. Yay! Sims 2 Busted Out is back! Oh yes! You're welcome. Enjoy. This next one says, what do you have against contractions? I'm trying to figure out what you mean by this. I actually Googled contractions to see if there was a different meaning. One, of course, is taking the word cannot and making it can't. The other one, of course, is when a woman is going in labor and having a baby, she has contractions. So I'm just trying to figure out if that wasn't the word you were looking for. I try not to use contractions when I'm talking on Tumblr because a lot of translators for our foreign languages that aren't English, they don't recognize contractions very well, so I try not to use them. As for women in labor contractions, I've never been in labor, but from what I've been told by everyone who has been in labor, it sucks, so yeah, I guess I'm kind of against contractions. This next one says, hey, just wondering, are you a Punisher fan? Because I've seen your downloads and a lot of stuff reminds me of him. I love them, by the way. Thank you. You're most welcome. I am a Marvel Comics fan. I do love DC too. I do. I love all comics. Actually, one of my favorite movies and comic series is V for Vendetta, which, if you didn't know, comes from a graphic novel. So, yes, I have not yet seen Punisher on Netflix. I'm behind because I haven't even watched The Defenders yet, and I've got to watch The Defenders before I watch Punisher. I recently, over Thanksgiving, I was over at my parents', and my dad had the lineup of our movies for me catching up on, like, Spider-Man, and I hadn't even watched Wonder Woman yet, so we watched that. The only thing we didn't watch was Superman vs. Batman, but I already knew exactly what had happened in it, because, one, all the spoilers, and I will eventually watch it, but I'm a huge superhero fan. Deadpool coming out. So excited. I really wanted to watch the last Thor, but I couldn't, get to the movies to watch it when it came out. So, yeah, Black Panther's coming out. Oh, I'm so excited for Black Panther. And, of course, everyone who's seen the Infinity War trailer. If you haven't, go watch it. It'll give you the shivers down your bottle. Yes, it will. And I'm really looking forward to watching the Defenders. I need to. Although Iron Fist was a big letdown, I didn't really get into Luke Cage. It's kind of boring for me. But I love Daredevil, and I love Jessica Jones, and, Luke Cage wasn't bad, and I really liked the insight on his character that they did give. Iron Fist total letdown, but I'm hoping, and the Defenders don't tell me in the comments or anything how bad it is, because then you'll just don't do that. But I'm really hoping the Defenders is going to be awesome. And then, of course, after that, I'll be able to watch The Punisher, and I'm sure that's going to be awesome. Because I really didn't think the actor, don't really know his name off the top of my head, but it's so hard going from the Punisher we had seen already, and then going into this new Punisher. And I know that's a lot of things when we have a lot of remakes, like, for instance, Batman and our different Jokers and our different Supermen and our different Spider-Men, but Punisher, so there was a lot of, is he going to be good at this character? And my older brother number 2, watched it before me, Daredevil Season 2, and he's like, I don't like that actor. I don't like him at all. But then I watched him in Daredevil as the Punisher, and I love him as the Punisher. So then we watched it together so I could, watch it with him. And then he's like, it's coming up, and he just got so excited, and that got me excited about it, and I was watching it, and I was like, man, he actually is really good doing this portrayal of Castle, and I was like, man! And so I'm really excited to watch The Punisher on Netflix, and if it reminds you of my CC reminds you, cool, that's awesome. It's not really intended to, but, I could see that, especially with the Sims 4 conversion of the Oracle outfit, kind of as Punisher-y. If you have a skull on the front of the shirt, yeah, I could see that. So you're welcome. This next one says, and this is all it says with capital letters, garlic roasted potatoes. I do not have garlic roasted potatoes. I have 3 cheese potatoes. I have sour cream and chive. I do have regular Idaho spuds, though, for instant making potatoes. I guess you could add your garlic that's roasted to it, or have roasted potatoes with garlic on them. Sorry. I will find you garlic roasted potatoes, I swear. I swear on my mum. And this last one says, when I first played Sims 2, I thought I was the only one who had Sims headcanons and was into Sims lore until I found you in your Sims 2 bustin' out story. So thank you for making me feel that it's normal to like Sims beyond playing the game. And you are so totally not alone. Oh my god, there are thousands upon thousands of us who play this game, The Sims 2, that look into the lore, that connect it, that make headcanons of the pre-made Sims, that have stories entwined with theories and all kinds of things. I mean, you are so not alone. Believe me, you are not alone in this. You're very welcome for making you feel good about it, and it's nice to, have that bond with someone that you're like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted, and this is exactly what I think, and we just became best friends. We just became best friends, you and I. But, go out and pledge and look at other people's stuff and see all their theories. And that's one great thing about our community, is that we have so many theories about things. We all had the same pre-made Sims at the beginning of, say, for instance, for Sims 2. We had the same ones, and yet we all have such different ideas and stories about the same lore of The Sims 2. Isn't that just amazing? Like, for instance, My Story versus Scales, or My Story versus Strangetown, Here We Come, or mine and Holly Berry stories are so different, and we're good friends, but we have totally different opinions about a lot of things. It's amazing, and that tells you how creative our community is. That tells you how we look beyond just the stereotypical views of people and characters, and we're a pretty awesome community, did you know? And I love reading people's theories, and every now and then I'll post a picture of something that Max has built. I'm like, what do you guys think of this room? Why'd they do that? Why'd they put a chair and 2 trash cans all the way over here? No reason whatsoever. What do you think about that? Why did they do that? And then, like, one of the college dorms, there was, like, this little tiny little square of an area that you could, like, put one bench in. Why did they make that? Why didn't they just have a complete deck? Why didn't they shorten what they had of the deck so you could actually have a real courtyard? I mean, those type of things. And we are like all turning our wheels in our heads like, why did Maxis do this? And the Maxis going, I told you so. I told you that they would theorize about this. I mean, so I love that we can do that we can have the same characters and make them look totally different. Garden of Shadows has events all the time about, take this person and pollinate this person, or make children with this one sim that we made, and let's see what they look like. Totally different. And sometimes you get one sim and you make them over, and we all have like 1,000 different versions of that one sim, and they all look different. It's the same sim, same facial expression, and yet looks totally different in your game than my game. That's amazing, and I love it. I love it. I love going through Tumblr and seeing what you guys are doing. I love it so much. We're going to continue to do that and have a great time, happy simming, right? And I may not get to talk to you guys before holidays, so happy holidays and New Year, and as always, happy simming.